Does your Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus battery life suck? Watch me after my intro for some tips that no one else has told you. Hi guys, welcome. This is Zilla, and I thought I'd make a quick battery tips video for the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I've got some tips to help you with your battery life that I haven't seen anyone else on YouTube mention, so you want to stay tuned. And I'm not going to be all flash and do all these cutting in scenes. It's going to be completely raw because I haven't got time today, but I will tell you what you need to do, so listen carefully. First things first, when you get your S9 Plus, if you use Smart Switch to set it up, potentially it could be ruining your battery life. I used it twice. My battery life sucked on my S9 Plus. Reset my phone, factory reset it, set it up as a brand new device, didn't restore any stuff from Smart Switch, and battery life improved instantaneously. That's tip number one. Tip number two, if you're going to take a memory card from a previous mobile phone and put it in your S9 Plus, which a lot of you will do, especially in the States because you've only got 64 gigs of built-in storage, what I would do is, and again, I found this out from my own trial and error, copy everything off of that onto your PC or a hard drive or something, put it in your S9 Plus and reformat it so it wipes it clean. Now, the reason I'm telling you about Smart Switch and memory card, if you've got any gremlins on, say, your Note 8 that have built up over time, or in your S8 Plus over the last 12 months, if you've downloaded any little viruses or junk files or anything, any bloatware or anything, you're basically going to restore it back into your new phone. So those gremlins will go into your new phone and cause it to suck the battery life out of it. And trust me on this, I tried it. I learned 3 times I did it and I proved it right. So use those tips. They're the first 2 things. Next thing, if you've got a carrier version or a network version of the S9 Plus, try and disable all the carrier bloatware or the network bloatware that's on your phone, because those apps from the carrier will suck the life out of your battery and it will use battery life in the background without you even noticing. So go into your apps, disable them, get rid of them. That's another tip. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, everyone, and I mean everyone, seems to moan, why is there 2 internet apps on Samsung's phones? Why is there 2 email apps on there? Why is there 2 health apps? Why are there 2 payment apps? I like choice. A lot of people like choice. Now, this is my recommendation, okay? This is a big one. Samsung email app is better than Gmail, so I disabled Gmail and push it to the side. Disable it so it doesn't use any battery or any resources. I then disabled Chrome browser because Samsung's browser is a lot better. And also, this is another tip, Samsung's browser has got a night mode in it. If you go into the browser, click on the 3 little dots in the top corner, press on it, it gives you the option to do night mode. Let me try and bring it up real quick for you guys here. Let me try and bring it up for you. Just real quick. Right, you see it's all, make sure it's all white. I'm trying to take my face out of the equation. So basically you click on the 3 buttons there and you can see right there, it's turned on night mode. And there we have it. Night mode in Samsung's internet browser. If you're someone who uses the browser a lot, switch on night mode. It will save you a ton of battery. Trust me. That's tip number 4. Tip number 5. Go into the theme store and download a black theme, all black theme. So you can see I've got one here. I think the best one's Material Black, because what that does is it actually blacks out. I know Jeff Jeff Springer, in his video, he said he uses Material Black, and you can download the Google keyboard and change that to black. Well, I found out it will actually make the official Samsung keyboard black as well if you use the Material Black theme. So definitely that will save you a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it, power, a lot of battery drain. Sorry guys, I'm a bit sleepy at the moment. So that's tip number 5. Was it tip 5? Whatever. Black theme, use a black theme. Now another thing, okay, Bixby. I like Bixby, not everyone likes Bixby. If you don't like it, go into apps, disable it, close it down, get rid of it. It's easy to do. You don't need a tutorial from me on how to do it. But if you do like Bixby like me, check what cards you've actually got open in Bixby. So let me try and show you without showing you all my personal stuff. I don't know, let's show you that. That will do for the time. These things in Bixby. In the top corner, there's 3 dots on each card. So you can go in there and you can tell it do not show again. So the ones I disabled, I got rid of were, I didn't need a Facebook one. I didn't need LinkedIn one. I didn't need the Twitter one. Why didn't I need those? Because all it shows you is what's the latest thing that's trending on Twitter, what's the latest thing trending on Facebook. So I closed those. So basically now Bixby doesn't keep trying to drag information from Twitter constantly, doesn't keep trying to drag information from Facebook, LinkedIn and so on. I only left the cards on there that I find useful, like the health ones, the news one, things like that. So you want to look in Bixby, see which cards you don't want to use and click those 3 dots and say do not show again. Okay, that's another big battery saving tip. Now another battery saving tip, you can see here I've got focus, there, Facebook Lite and Facebook Messenger Lite. What I found was Facebook and Facebook Messenger uses a lot of battery. It does on every phone. What I would do is delete the official Facebook app, delete the official Facebook Messenger app and download their official light versions of those apps. They're less resource hungry. They have everything that the big app has and they do everything just as well. In fact, I think they look better and they work better, but that will save you a lot of battery life as well. Let me show you now when I'm talking about Facebook Lite. This is another thing no one seems to mention. Let me try and go into settings because I want to show you this if I can. Here. If you go into settings, I'm trying to show you this if I can. You can see these options here. Okay. Now they're basically, by default, it will say contacts uploading will be switched on and call and text history uploading will be switched on by default. So go into the settings of Facebook Lite, go into account settings and disable those, because why do you need your contacts uploading continuously? Why do you need your call and text history uploading continuously? And remember what's being said about Facebook recently in the news? They've been gathering all the information about your contacts, your call and your text history. That's how they're doing it. It's uploading continuously and by default it's switched on. So go in there, switch it off. Save you a ton of battery life. Now another thing. Now this is something no one talks about really. Google Apps are battery suckers and they're resource hogs. They're predominantly designed for Google's own devices or devices running pure Android, like the Pixels, Nexuses, and so on. They're not really designed to be optimized for other devices like Samsung's devices, like Huawei's devices, things like that. Now, what I found was the actual Google app itself, you know the one I mean, Google search or whatever it is, the actual Google app. Let me try and bring it up for you here. Let me go into apps. So basically you want to go into apps here, apps in settings, click on apps, and I'll bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? Google. Now this is Google's app. Now, you could probably go ahead and disable this if you don't use it. Because if I don't really use it, I haven't disabled it, but if I did, I'll save more battery life. But some things I found, if you go into permissions, and I did this by using various apps to check things. You see here SMS and call permissions. Well, I found that this Google app was using a lot of battery juice while these were on. Because what it's trying to do is constantly read your messages, constantly read your call log. So go into there, switch off the permissions to SMS and telephone, okay? That's first, that's the Google app. And also you want to go into the Play Store app in here, Play Store, and I'll show you that one as well. Permissions. Now, if you look here, these are on by default on my phone anyway. I switched these off as well because it doesn't need permission to see my contacts. It doesn't need any of these. It's a Google Play Store. It doesn't need to know this stuff. Well, what that was doing in the background, again, it was continuously sucking battery. I don't know why. It's not optimized properly, but that's something you need to really focus on. Go into there, switch those things off. Another thing I did, the actual email app, I use Samsung's email app, this one down here. I had it on push notifications, so as soon as an email comes in, I receive it straight away. But in reality, I thought about this and I thought, I don't sit there. I get around about anywhere from 100 to 300 emails in an hour. And I'm not going to look at it every time an email comes in because that's just stupid. So I actually changed the frequency settings. I've got 5 email accounts all on push. I changed the frequency settings on each one to only download emails every 15 minutes or check every 15 minutes. Again, that saved me a lot of battery life. Now, if you're getting a lot of emails like me, but maybe at least one or two per minute, at least, I get at least one per minute. Definitely, you're not going to look at your phone every single time you get email if you get one per minute. So you might as well change it to 15 minutes or half-hour intervals. I'm just being realistic. Another thing that I want to bring up is, sorry guys, getting calls and stuff here. Sorry, I'm getting phone calls while I'm on air. Another thing, this involves Wi-Fi. So you go into settings, go into your Wi-Fi here. It's probably blurry. Go into Wi-Fi. Now in Wi-Fi, you want to click the 3 dots at the top corner and click the top option there, advanced. When you go into advanced, you'll see here Wi-Fi power saving mode. Okay, third one down. Third one down right there. Okay. What that basically does is it's Wi-Fi power saving mode, and what it does is it analyzes your Wi-Fi traffic patterns. So it learns when you're actually getting stuff in where you need the Wi-Fi on. So for example, if I've now changed the frequency of my emails to every 15 minutes, this thing knows my emails app is only checking for emails every 15 minutes. So what it does is it knows when to switch on Wi-Fi and when to reserve power by switching off Wi-Fi, and it does it constantly while your screen is off. And that gives you a lot of battery saving as well. There is another one in here as well that I wanted to talk to you about. Where is it? Right. So you want to go now into connections, and you want to go to this bottom one where it says more connections settings. Focus, damn you, focus. This one. Click on that. Now right at the top it says nearby device scanning. Sorry guys, it's this one right at the top here. Nearby device scanning. That's on by default when you get the phone. Go in there, switch it off. Basically what that does is even when your Wi-Fi is switched off, the phone will keep searching for nearby devices continuously. What for, I don't know, but I've switched it off. It hasn't changed. It saved me battery life, but it hasn't changed the way the phone performs or anything. I don't know what that actually is for. So you might want to switch that off. Also NFC, that's on by default. You could switch that off as well. You know, it's all swings and roundabouts. Now I also did a little test on the actual screen resolution. Now obviously when the phone is off and just the always on display, or the screen's off, the resolution doesn't really make a difference. But when you're using the screen on, how much difference does 1080p full HD make compared to using the full 2K, you know, big juicy screen? And this is what I found. You get an hour's more screen on time if you use the middle setting, which is full HD. Okay, if you want to go up to the highest resolution, go for it. You're only going to lose an extra hour of screen on time. So it's not a huge difference, but I thought I'd throw that out there. Another thing, this always on display. Now what I would do with the always on display, you can go into the settings again, go to the always on display setting and change, and there's a schedule thing on there. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick for you guys. You can actually always on display. Here we go. There's set schedule right at the bottom there. Now I've set it so when I'm asleep, the always on display goes off. Then when I wake up, it comes back on. So the way I've got it is I've got it to come on at 10 a.m. and then go off at 11 p.m. Again, that saves you a bit of power. Now you're going to say to me, well, how much power does all these little changes truly make? Well, number one, the advantages of the changes I'm telling you, they don't actually affect too much the way you use the actual device. So they're not one of those ones where you're hampering the user experience of your device. You're still getting everything you want from it. That's the first thing. Now, second thing, and this is no word of a lie. Let me try and bring up some image here. Bear with me, guys. What I'm getting with those changes, when I first got the device, I was getting around about 5 hours screen on time with about 17 hours of standby time. It's not brilliant, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best of the best, if you know what I mean. And we try and bring up, I did some screenshots of some of the battery life I'm getting now. So look at this one, for example. On battery, I had it off charge for 18 hours, 42 minutes. It still had 59% battery life left, which the phone worked out at would be around 12 and a quarter more hours of battery life. And that's with 2 hours screen on time. So in case you don't believe me, check that out. I don't know if you can, how clear you'll see that. You can see the figures there for yourself. Because I know people go, well, I don't believe how you do this. Well, you know, that's how I've done. Those are the things I've done that's given me the sort of battery life I'm getting. So you're looking at around about 33 hours standby time, with about 5 to 6 hours screen on time during that period, which is pretty damn good. If I'm honest, pretty damn good. I mean, here's another one. Is that the same one? No, I don't think that is. 23 hours, 36 minutes on battery, if you can see there. And I still got 10.5 hours of juice still left in there. That's with 2 hours screen on time. And what was the battery life? At 49%, half the battery life left with those stats. A lot of people make these battery life videos, battery tip videos, but they don't back it up with any figures. And I've just proven to you the changes I've made actually work and actually give you real world results. That's at least, I would say 30 to 40% more battery life without really compromising on how you use your handset and without compromising on the functions of your handset. Because a lot of those changes I told you, they're all background things that you never use anyway. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this video useful. I'm going to the Huawei launch tomorrow, so I can't be up that late tonight. I've got an early start. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. This is the Exynos version, so it should work on the Snapdragon version. I'm pretty sure it should. I can't see why it wouldn't. So just bear that in mind, guys. I know there's other YouTubers out there who are saying the battery life sucks on the S9 Pluses. Are they liars? Of course they're not. You know, if they're having issues with their battery life and they prove it on screen, I believe it. You know, I believe it. It happens, it happens. Not everyone uses the phone the same way. Anyway, as I said, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. It has dragged on longer than I wanted. And it is a bit raw, but I thought, why mess around with panning shots and flashiness? Just go straight in and tell you guys what to do. Easier that way in the long run. Share this video on all your social media and it helps others, helps me, helps the channel grow. And I'll see you all again real soon. I've got plenty more S9 Plus videos coming up. I've already done a ton of them, so check those out if you haven't already. And this is me saying take care, stay safe, and peace.